led the NFL and all these things. The Green Bay Packers won a playoff game. Holy shit! The Green Bay Packers were able to go from Favre to Rodgers to Love. Gutekunst is a genius whenever people like me and others were calling him an idiot. This is word out of Green Bay. Jordan Love will not be practicing with the Green Bay Packers until his new deal is done. And his agent was the one who told Gutekunst that. His agent, David Mulligetta, who had the Deshaun Watson contract for $230 million guaranteed. You go through any position group, I think, in the NFL right now, Mulligetta has the biggest deal with the most guarantee. He's an absolute weapon at the negotiating table, and he is currently sitting across from Gutekunst and saying, you want Jordan Love, huh? He would love to play. You see how we're using all these clever things? But he would love to not see the field until you pay him what he is worth. Are you worried? Is it all over in Green Bay? Have we already pissed off Jordan Love? Is this another Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Green Bay Packer chemistry situation brewing already in Green Bay, Ty Schmidt?
No, I'm not worried at all. I think, drama, it's fun. We can do that because, granted, I said a couple things about Caleb Williams last week, who maybe he's not going to play all year. Obviously, he signs his deal almost immediately after that. He is going to play this year. But, no, Jordan Love's there. He's in team meetings. It was at the behest of David Mulligetta and his agency that, hey, don't practice until we get this thing done. If you look at what everyone's saying, it doesn't seem like there's panic. I think, hey, it's a good move. David Mulligetta is a businessman. Obviously, they're going to make sure the Packers want to get this done before, Tua gets a deal done, all that kind of stuff. So I would guess that within the coming days here, Jordan Love might miss a few of the unpadded practices.
Oh, no. That's chemistry. Sure. That's where you build chemistry, especially with that young receiving core.
He was there all offseason, though. So, he's already built that chemistry. He's kind of been with those guys. Very similar to Aaron Rodgers, only, Matt LaFleur didn't come out and say, it's unexcusable that he's not here. But that's
isn't a word.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. So, no, I'm not worried. I think we kind of all knew this was going to happen. And, again, this isn't like a hard and fast deadline, but, deadlines, they spring action. So now the Packers know, hey, okay, he's not gonna be practicing unless we get this done. I think they're kind of already in the process of trying to get it done, and now I think it's just a matter of days and kind of crossing their T's and dotting their I's. I mean, we knew he was going to get a bunch of money. That's what David Mulligetta does, all right? He wasn't going to take some deal that was team friendly or, Love's been through a lot. He played unbelievable last year. A lot of people saying, hey, is it worth paying this guy for basically 1 year production? It is. That's kind of the league we're in. The Packers would be shit out of luck if they didn't have Jordan Love. So, no, I'm not worried. I don't think Packers fans are worried it'll get done within the next few days. But it is, it's a fun little story that we can talk about and act like there's a bunch of drama in Green Bay.
A fun little story. We'll see how little, the I's that need to be dotted and the T's that need to be crossed are, because obviously you get to the goal line. Sometimes, there's some goal line stands that take place to make sure a deal doesn't get done. Mulligetta will get it done. Gutekunst will get it done. It'll all be hunky-dory.
I agree.
Now, granted, did they know that he was going to potentially hold out of practice if the deal wasn't done?
I would like to think so. I don't think, again.
Because when did that been a deadline? Because now you start thinking about when a deadline actually is. Okay, so deadline's here, deadline's there, deadline's this place. And I enjoy the fact that, yes, I am obviously making a mockery out of this and people making a big situation out of it, certainly. Because the deal is going to get done, we assume. But boy, we blame a lot of people for the drama that happens in Green Bay. It seems like it kind of just gets brought on by you guys yourself. Don't you think that's kind of... We paid Kenny Clark this weekend. Awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations, Kenny Clark.
He's well worth it, yeah.
Absolute dog, absolute beast. You need it to happen. So I'm like, okay, here we go. We're just knocking out deals. Maybe that's what's taking place. Maybe they're just getting it done. But, man, I hope this isn't just like,
Yeah, and I think they have learned from the past. Again... It's tough to just read body language and what a guy's saying, because obviously Gutekunst isn't going to go up there and make a huge deal out of this when right now it's really not a massive deal. But I think they understand, this is how it is. We have to get this done. We could make this a whole hell of a lot worse if we kind of drag it out and
drama-wise.
Exactly.
And people have been able to get through drama. I mean, Jordan Love has been able to handle drama better than any human maybe I've ever seen.
Right.
So, him definitely being worthy of whatever the deal is. Green Bay Packers know they want to pay him. Let's just get it done so we don't have any,
I agree. Let's get it done.
And I'm not a Packers expert, obviously. I've been a fan for a few years because Aaron Rodgers Tuesday took place. That whole thing happened. When Jordan Love got drafted, I completely wrong
Oh, yeah.
Well,
maybe you get somebody and win a Super Bowl the next year. I don't know who's wrong and who's not wrong. But drafting Jordan Love, I thought was a waste. Trading in to go draft Jordan Love seems like a waste, especially if we get to the NFC Championship. Gutekunst had to sit in the pocket as well.
For sure.
So, because there's doofuses like us very loudly saying, like, this guy's so dumb. And here he sits in, like, a beautiful spot. But it's like, come on.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. There is a tweet saying that LaFleur and Love walked to the practice field today together.
There we go.
Oh. He said, Wes Hod, Jordan Love not practicing, but was all smiles walking out with Coach Matt LaFleur. Welcome to Packers camp. Practice number 1. Your starting quarterback's not playing. Okay, so that's how you could spin it if you wanted to.
Right.
But in the other way, all fun. They're going to get it done. Just haven't been able to do it yet. They've had other shit they've had to take care of, D-Butt.
Like you said, we all think they're going to get it done probably by tomorrow, but it's just not how you want to be opening up training camp. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, it will be a little thing, I think. But, just even that visual of them walking out to practice, like, who's the backup? Sean Clifford?
Yeah, he was a great player, obviously.
So he'll be breaking.
Big red dog.
What offense. Yep. But they'll get it done. Like you said, he earned it. Where does that number lie? Is it going to be in that $55 million range? Will it be a little less? We'll see. Their books being put out. Obviously, the only team you're going to see their books. Did that make Mulligetta maybe come back to the table?
Hold on, man. They have 430-some million, these people. And they got all this real estate as well. Let's make sure we understand that this team has the fees and the funds, and they have to with the NFL, CBA. They'll get it done.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we all agree it'll get done. But I think we're all like, hey, why don't we?
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah,
like
that's
they've
why
been through this. Like, how many millions is it off or away from? Just give the guy his money. Like, especially after last year, like he could have done this whole entire thing where he didn't do that extension because he did a 2-year extension last year, so he wasn't like screwing over the team with a 5th-year option decision. He did the 2-year deal so that he would be there for 2 years. Like, if it's $5 million, like, what are we talking about here? If that's the difference,
well, guarantees, and I assume not franchise, but all of this stuff. Trade, like, there's so many little things in there.
Just give him what he wants.
That's why whenever people say you're close, it's like, have you ever been in a negotiation? Close is pretty relative in terms, just depending upon what somebody's real, like, there might be something very important to Jordan Love.
For sure.
And that one thing that might be very important to Mulligetta and Jordan Love might be also a sticking point on the other side. So no deal is ever close, in my eyes, until it's done. As somebody who's been close to some deals and then and then it ended up not working because of some big deal. But Mulligetta, good business person. Gutekunst has proven to be good at his job.
Yes.